one of the Imperial Guardsman squads rather badly as well, so just chasing after them as you would in in the future, because that's just how warfare works. And yeah, it looks like we've got a concerted push by the Space Marines as well. It looks like it might be the end of the Imperial Guards play on this if they can do something about the Marines, and especially the transport. That transport really helps them move around pretty quickly, and it looks like the Imperial Guard have just killed off the Tempest as well. Looks like, yeah, it was one of their Sentinel vehicles, but what do we have here? Okay, it looks like the Space Marine players upgraded their soldiers to be able to support 2 extra heavy weapons, and they got a couple of missile launchers equipped as well, so they'll be able to do some anti-vehicle damage even with their own soldiers. Yeah, that's a hell of a charge by the Imperial Guards, to say the least, but yeah, as you can see, instantaneously even, the Space Marines just get into that run of transport, but at least the Imperial Guards have destroyed the transports, and they've got a bit of a defense set up themselves, so they might be able to at least push back the Space Marine player, but the Space Marine player still got quite a few resources to spare actually, so he can afford to keep up this attack for some time, even with him being attacked by a heavy weapons team, what seems to be a glorified machine gun post really, and the defences as well as a whole bunch of cheap guardsmen. But as you can see, they managed to knock them around, do quite a bit of damage to their base.
5 minutes until take and hold victory.
And as you can hopefully hear, yeah, they've got 5 minutes until they just win the game by holding enough of those critical objectives. So at the Space Marine base itself, we have 2 Hellfire Dreadnoughts being put out. What do we have happening at the Imperial Guardsman base? So they're building a builder. No more vehicles though. Sentinels at 4 health. They're building another barracks building after the original one was destroyed. Not so sure if they'll be able to thwart the Space Marines' attempt this time though. They've come back in much larger numbers. But here we go, we've got both sides bringing out their forces. Space Marines are jumping their Assault Marines into the straight into the fray, so they'll be able to do a bit of damage to the heavy weapons team, at least until they jump out again.
4 minutes until take and hold victory.
And the Space Marine players just retreating again. It looks like they might be relying on the that take and hold victory, because it looks like they don't plan to destroy the Imperial Guards base outright, as that would probably, well, they're probably afraid of losing their army actually, yeah, they might be afraid of losing the army advantage. Or at least there might not be an advantage for much longer though. So maybe, yeah, maybe that's what they were afraid of. They're afraid of just being destroyed outright and having their points decapped. But if they just do a few pushes like this, as they did before, then they at the very least buy more time for their take and hold victory to hopefully come to pass. So, got the Imperial Guard moving on the left though, they're a pretty sizable force. 3 squads of guardsmen and Sentinel, whoops.
3 minutes
and
until
a
take
couple
and hold
of
victory.
commander units such as the Priest and all that's accompanying them as well. And it looks like they're moving straight for the Space Marine base. That's quite surprising. I thought that they would try to decap their points first, but it looks like they're just going for an all-out assault. I'm not entirely sure how well that would go, really. I mean, even if they inflict loads of damage on the base, I don't think they can destroy it all in 2.5 minutes. But as you can see, they are doing quite a bit of damage to the Space Marine base. Space Marines withdrawing their forces a bit and letting off an orbital bombardment ability. That's actually going to be particularly useful on these Imperial Guardsmen because they don't have a transport to run away in. So, as you can see, they have to run away on foot, and yeah, just taking loads of damage in the process as well from the Space Marines Heavy Bolter and the orbital bombardments as well. And looks like another vehicle's coming out from the Predator even, so they can afford one of those. That's really going to be the cincher for the Space Marines. So, not only will they most likely... Oh, actually, yeah, it looks like their victory condition has reset actually, so one of their points must have got decapped somehow. Perhaps by the Sentinel, which can decap points pretty quickly. But in either case, they are fending off the Imperial Guardsmen, so not entirely sure what they were trying to accomplish. Maybe they were just trying to distract the Space Marine player long enough to buy them enough time to decap the points. The problem is the Space Marine player has capped the right critical, and they still have the left critical, I meant, sorry, and they have the right critical. Well, they'll have it for a few more seconds anyway, and they've still got a sizable force to destroy the remainder of the guards forces, Imperial Guard forces. So the only significant opposition I see here is the heavy weapons team and a couple of upgraded listing posts, and yeah, they'll get destroyed pretty easily. Sorry about that, needed to cough. Saying quite a bit actually for past 15 minutes actually. It looks like the game is about to end. We'll most likely see Imperial Guardsmen just quitting actually. So yeah, it looks like that really was their final play of the game, really. That push for their Guardsmen while decapping with the Sentinels. Unfortunately, they've all been destroyed, and as you can see, they're all just getting torn up by the Space Marine forces. The Predator's not outfitted with las cannons, but it can still do quite a bit of damage, really, even to light vehicles. But it looks like they are repairing them, though, so I think the Predator's actually getting destroyed pretty quickly as well. It'll fall in. Yep, and it's fallen already, but Space Marines have used their Word of the Emperor ability, which means that their soldiers won't die for about 20 seconds or half a minute. And yeah, that's just taking care of the Sentinel. And there we go, they've Imperial Guardsmen, I think, detonated little invisible explosives, or well, they just destroyed their own buildings, basically, yeah, to show that yeah, basically to show they surrender or whatever. But in any case, yeah, we've got the Space Marines winning. We've seen a bit of back and forth action by both players, but yeah, despite the Imperial Guard initial their initial harassment, Space Marines really did manage to win through in the end. So it's a pretty good effort by them as well. But yeah, Imperial Guard, should I say? You want to call them guards, actually, or guardsmen. But anyway, yeah, Imperial Guard did. They went complete pushovers, though they did go for a few counter attacks and fortified some points early to secure them for themselves. But yeah, in the end, though, they just weren't a match for the Space Marines. But anyway, that's it for now. So next game, we're commenting on who knows, might be my own, someone else's. We'll see what happens. It's all a matter of timing, really. So until then, this has been Damien Davidovich signing off.